With that, it's time for the 5. That is our 5 favorite matches from this past week. Now, number 5 may surprise you, because some of you are a little bit differently. Think a little bit differently, I should say. Because number 5 was Blood and Guts. Before I get into it, I will say we were a bit light this week on matches. There wasn't a lot to go through. But number 5 was, like I said, Blood and Guts from AEW Dynamite. The only match from Dynamite that I picked this week. It was a fun match. I don't care what you think about the ending. The match was fun. There was lots of gore and lots of craziness. Yeah, it was not the overproduced NXT War Games, but it felt a lot more like the NWA War Games to me than NXT War Games do. There were botches. Of course, it was an hour-long match almost. 45 minutes, whatever. You're going to have botches in a 45-minute match. Well, unless it's New Japan Pro Wrestling and Will Ospreay or Kenny Omega, whatever. Whatever. If you're going to get technical. Number 4, VSK versus El Phantasmo from Impact Wrestling. Yeah! It was short, but fun. These guys went at it fast. VSK looked great. El Phantasmo looked great. And more importantly, it was the official debut of the Bullet Club in Impact Wrestling. Officially Bullet Club. Entrance, everything. That means the Bullet Club has now appeared on Ring of Honor, AEW, Impact Wrestling, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. And I believe there's a Mexico promotion. Was it AAA or CML? I don't follow Mexican wrestling, so I couldn't tell you, but let me know in the comments which one it was that they appeared in. And now, 3. The Way versus Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart for the NXT Women's Tag Team titles from NXT. Great main event. It was a great main event. Was it the best match on the show? We still got 2 matches for someone else to fit in there, I'm just saying. But it was a fun street fight, no DQ, whatever you want to call it. Weapons match, whatever. They had a great match, some good spots. They had some great build. What else can you say about it? We got a title change and made a great moment. I just loved it. We didn't get the interference that I actually thought we were going to get because it's so embedded into our head that we're going to get that with WWE, but hey, I loved it. With that, nothing else to say about that match. We'll move on to number 2 from NXT UK. Kenny Williams versus Amir Jordan. Yes, it was the blow-off match, loser leaves town match, main event of NXT UK. That's 3 main events that made the 5. So, what can we say? It was what you'd want that match to be. Kenny Williams had to be the winner in that match. Like, you have to let the heel go over in a loser leaves town match, right? It gives him so much heat going forward, gives his character so much more. Amir Jordan beating Kenny Williams would have done very little for progression of Amir Jordan's storyline, but this is a huge change and push for Kenny Williams now. And now Amir can maybe go to either the upstart NXT India, or maybe he'll go to actual NXT and be on 205 Live. We'll see. That will bring us to number 1. Number 1 this week was actually the opening match from NXT. Surprise, surprise, Leon Ruff, Isaiah Swerve Scott in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Or whatever it was. Yeah, it was Falls Count Anywhere, right? Or no DQ match? Whatever it ended up being. There was only one bad spot when Leon Ruff jumps and deliberately jumps directly at AJ Francis and nowhere near where Leon Ruff was over on the other side. But it was a lot better than I thought, and I remember when we were doing the live react, there was, I believe Matt Cruz was in the chat with us saying how surprised he was about the match as well. It was just really, really good match. And that's it for the 5.